If we look back upon various phrases and sentences and words that people have said over the years, how those can really rally people to unity and determination. A couple things I was thinking of in the midst of the Depression. Roosevelt said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Yesterday was the anniversary of the bombing of Pearl Harbor. And when MacArthur was leaving the Philippines, he said, I shall return. Many years later, in the midst of some of the darkest hours of the Cold War, Kennedy stood at the Brandenburg Gate and said, Ich bin ein Berliner, and told the Berliners that, in the German people, that in spite of what was going on, we have not deserted you. Many years later, Ronald Reagan stood at that very same wall and said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Pope John Paul went to Poland in the midst of communism and told the people of that nation, do not be afraid. There are many, many other phrases and adages that we can use, but those are the ones that came to my mind at this time. And I'm sure as we go on, you think, oh, I remember that, somebody said that. And what they did was those phrases and those sentences and those things gave people hope. They said, we're not in this alone. And of course, what do we do today? We celebrate the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, the feast where Mary was conceived without sin, because she was to be the God-bearer, the one who would bring hope, who would be the mother of the one who gave hope to a people who were waiting for the Messiah. And what did she say? When the angel Gabriel announced to her that she was going to be the mother of God, her response was, behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. May it be done to me according to your word. And with that, the world changed for the better. How can we, as people, not necessarily be a rallier, but how can we say yes to God's call to be a follower, to be a disciple? It's not always easy. Mary was a young girl, and she was a young girl, and yet she had the courage to say yes to God. Do we have the courage to say yes to God's call, to follow him? And to be, in many ways, Christophers, to be Christ bearers, and make and change the world. By Mary's yes, the world was changed. By the words of men and women throughout the centuries who have rallied people together, the world has changed. May we make the change for the better. May we make the world a better place. May we say yes when God calls us to follow him.